Hi, I'm Chris Beaver, co-founder of AdvisoryCloud, and today I want to answer a question that we get all the time. How much should you pay advisors for your company? And it's one of the most significant questions which new CEOs and companies must deal with. Board members and advisors can be a really big help in getting your company to run smoothly. However, it's just as important to provide value when it comes to compensation there, because paying too little can limit the quality of talent looking to work with your startup, and paying too much could lead to problems for your company in the long run. So the short answer is it depends. It depends on the size of the company, what type of advisor you need, and how much time they're going to be spending with you. And in this video, I'm going to talk through some of the basics. But again, remember that compensation plans should be tailored to your individual company and your individual environment there. So the question of how much. Again, no hard and fast rules when it comes to compensation, even though it may seem that most advisors might charge the same amount. But here we'll break it down by company stage and size to help provide some additional guidance. And again, remember, if you're looking for an easy and cost-efficient way to source advisors for your business, AdvisoryCloud is the leading platform for building and managing advisory boards and connecting with advisors. So how much should you pay startup advisors? Now, startup advisors are almost always paid with equity compensation. Companies usually set aside 2 to 6% of equity shared amongst key board members and advisors who can help them make inroads in specific ways and help them scale their business. So startup advisors typically don't want to work full-time for an early stage startup, so they're compensated with a small percentage of that company's equity as part of their overall compensation package. And again, it varies depending on how much value that company thinks that they're going to bring, but again, it's usually between 2 to 6%. Next up, how much should you pay advisors at a small private company? Usually at smaller private companies, a mix of cash and stock options, usually restricted stock options, with cash paid out on an annual basis, and stock options generally awarded after a vesting period of 1 to 3 years. And the amount you should pay an advisor, again, it's going to depend on the size of the company and your goals. Again, if you're just starting out, you could probably get by with a few $100s per meeting. But if you have more money at stake and need more frequent advice, consider paying more per meeting or hiring an advisor on retainer. So small private companies, there you're going to be looking at either a per meeting fee or that annual retainer. And again, a small equity grant. Average annual compensation per advisor might range somewhere between $1,000 and $6,000. Next up, how much should you pay advisors at medium to large private companies? Again, no easy answer to this question, but many advisors charge a flat fee for their services, but some advisors do prefer an annual retainer. And the range of fees and retainers is really wide, depending on the size of the company, the level of support that's needed, and other factors. But a couple of general rules of thumb, middle to large private companies, either a per meeting fee and or an annual retainer with that annual comp, usually ranging between $12,000 and $25,000. Lastly, how much do large public company board members make? A director at a Fortune 500 company might easily make $200,000 or more in cash comp per year. And they also get a lot of stock options that can bring in millions more down the line if that company does well. And that might be on top of whatever fees they earn for being on other boards or doing work for the firm. Now, ultimately, every company and situation is unique, but I wanted to highlight, just a few of these guidelines, which have worked well for us over the years. And additionally, you need to remember that your success will ultimately hinge on your ability to hire the right advisors. You want to work with individuals who share your vision, and that's really one of the most important things there. So again, if you're looking for advisors, AdvisoryCloud is the leading source and platform for building and managing advisory boards. So do check out advisorycloud.com.